All right, guys. So we are in a very bullish market as we have been discussing over past several weeks now, and market has not just been bullish; it has gone into almost a sort of a parabolic curve, which on one side indicates that we are getting a little bit overheated, but at the same time it also shows the pent up demand that we have for this market, right? So we are seeing mid caps, we are seeing small caps, we are seeing large caps getting bought even at these levels. So right now if you see, we are barely 3% from the all time highs, right? And just a month back, if you remember, we were talking about 15,000, 16,000, right? So market has of course made a staggering recovery in a very short period of time, and in that context comes the expiry day for today, right? So today when we woke up to a little bit of a negative cues from the global markets. We saw that Asian markets were down, the Dow Jones futures was down, the Dow Jones previous night was down. So at least one thing became clear in the morning, that with this kind of a global context, it's hard for our market to break a key resistance of 18,000, right? So that was the first thing that we knew. Not much, just the first thing we knew. And if you see, the rejection from the top came very fiercely, right? So the market, there was a little bit of a gap down, there was an attempt to sell it, but then there was again very fierce buying. But from this level we saw the market rejecting the 18,000 level, right? That was the one thing which was clearly established. But that is only one aspect of the story. What is the other aspect? Well, it is very clear right in front of you, the volatility, right? So the fight that we saw between the bulls and the bears, that was the landmark for the day, and I'm sure most of the option sellers today would have incurred losses. And if you are one of them, then you should not feel disappointed, because these are the days where option sellers typically tend to lose money, right? So what normally happens? Well, I mean, you pick one direction, and then the moment you take the direction, so for example in the morning, right? So you sold, let's say, call options because you saw market collapsing, you sold call options. Well, the next thing you know, the stop loss for these call options will get hit, right? And while going up, if you sold put options, while coming down, the stop loss for these put options got hit. And this roller coaster ride continued even in the second half. So while the market was coming down, I'm sure a lot of people would have sold call options, and the stop loss for those call options also got hit in the second half. So these days are very tricky, right? So we have to establish that, we have to accept that option selling is not going to be easy on these days. So what sort of differentiates a profitable trader from a trader who is not profitable is the willingness to sit on a loss, right? So today, for example, I was on several occasions I was sitting on reasonable profit. So somewhere around here I was sitting on a profit of about 35,000. Everything got vanished, but then again I adjusted myself, and then I was here again around sitting on a 40-50 kind of a profit. Everything got vanished. Again I adjusted myself, the positions, and by this time I was again making a reasonable amount of money, somewhere around 1 lakh rupees, and then that kind of again started giving trouble. So you have to have a tolerance for this roller coaster ride, that is expiry day. And if any point of time you give up adjusting, you give up trying to keep up with the market, then you, of course, it's very, very hard to be profitable on these days. And so what you're seeing right now is how my day fluctuated. Eventually it turned out to be a profitable day, but I think a little bit of luck also played a role, because for a couple of my positions, my stop loss was about to get hit, right? So my put options, my stop loss was about to get hit, and I got lucky that did not happen, and that eventually made me money. But overall it was a tough day. And given that the past couple of expiries have been very straightforward, easy, trending market, right? All you have to do is just sell put options or call options and you make money. This is the real test of a trader, where you have to keep up with the market, you have to manage the volatility, and that's what game is all about. So market does what the market does, right? You cannot expect the market to move as per your convenience. You have to move according to the market's convenience. So that is basically it, guys. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. The big picture is that we are in a bullish market. 18,000 seems like a resistance, at least at this point of time. Let's see whether that will be taken out. And if that is taken out, then we are looking at a all-time high very soon, I'm sure. But we will get there when we will get there, right? Up until that time, we just have to keep doing our job, which is just to follow the market, right? So with that said, I'm going to wrap up the video, and I will see you guys next time.